The S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100, that's what we're talking about here today. Now, if you didn't know, basically you're coming back into this little bit of a demand that we established back in early mid-November, give or take, mid-November, right? We established it. We were trending below 15.9, then we popped right above it, had a nice push, almost 16.2. We're coming back into it now. So that's the important thing to know with how we're moving. You can see volume hasn't really done too much, and you can kind of see over the past 2 days, I think it's been predominantly selling. We'll talk about how that volume has been lackluster and what's happening here. But so far, you're pushing into it, you're bouncing out of it. Now, whatever people want to talk about with downside, whatever it may be, it's important to consider what's happened. Okay, let's just take a minute, pour some out for some of the bears out there, right? Now we look here, we go from lows into highs over basically the past, what is that, from October 27th into now roughly 30 days, a little bit over. You pushed up 14.5% on the Nasdaq. And as we look here from highs into where we are now, you are down 2%. So I just want to say, okay, before we jump to conclusions or we do anything, let's weigh some odds here. And if we also look from some of the pullbacks that we have had back here into, some of these, that was about a 1.6%, almost 2% there before we shot back up. What about from right here, from highs here into lows right there, 1.5%. So a little bit of a deeper pullback, but still, it's all in line with what's happened. And that's what we talked about, is their stair-stepping structure. Now, before we go into anything else, I'd ask you to do two things. Consider liking and subscribing. Now, right now, there's no Discord spots available, so I'm sorry. Maybe in the new year there will be. But for right now, again, I recommend if you want to get more content, we have education on our website. The link is down below. That is 100% free. And also to Twitter. Like I said earlier, right? 6 hours ago, coming into demand, fund action. What do we expect from that? Fast forward to literally an hour ago, we bounced right out of it, right? So, I'm not gatekeeping or anything like that. There's still a lot of free information out there. And if you've been like Tyler, where your Twitter's been lackluster, not too much is going on there. Spoiler alert, you've been range bound for like 14, 15 days. What do you want me to do? Pull a rabbit out of a hat? I don't know. I only tell you what I'm doing. And if there's nothing that I can do, then there's nothing for me to post, right? So again, that's how we're moving. Now let's look at SPY. And everyone's kind of talking about this one too. So SPY, what you need to watch here is this little bit of a level right here, 453.8, give or take, that previous high here. And then we came back into that little bit of a range where Chart Prime is showing us that as well. If you're also like, hey, Tyler, what the hell is Chart Prime? I'm glad you asked, okay? It's one of the biggest sponsors here on the channel. But most of all, everyone's like, Tyler, what do I do with indicators, right? I show you what to do with them, right? For free at that, right? I show you how I use them. But also, too, if you're looking at the volume indicator down here, it's proprietary, completely customizable, and 100% designed by us in Chart Prime, right? Giving you sellers versus buyers, making it very clear for you to see. It's also going to show you key levels that are established here as well, and it's going to show you everything in between. So you're welcome. Congratulations. The link is down below for that, so you can see the prime levels that are also establishing. And you can see that, although it didn't draw the demand here, they had a prime level right here at 15.9, 15.88, which you pretty much balanced at as well. Okay, so it's going to definitely help your game along the way. So make sure you're tapped into that. The link for that, again, is down below. I think their Black Friday sales are all over, though. You can try. I don't know. Anyways, Qs, too. Qs, what's happening here? The story for me, Tyler's been bullish, right? Tyler's been obviously really bullish. Yesterday I didn't make a video. I had some stuff come up, and honestly, there was nothing to talk about. So what happens? You shoot up this morning, kind of hit highs, 394. Yesterday, we come back down, and again, great candle here. You're just holding previous highs that were established back in July. Bingo, bongo, great storyo, right? That's what we like to see. So again, that's what we're looking at there. Also, too, I want to talk about DXY. What happened here? You broke the key level. You're bouncing back up, coming back into the 200. Potato, tomato, that's where we're at. That's just the action that's at place here. You're coming back into it. Also, too, you go down to yields. The 30-year, this was probably the only thing I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I was like, I'm not going to make a video to talk about one thing. You came and tested our key level, the 2022 highs on the 30-year yield. You already broke below the 10-year. You're getting rejected off of it right now. You can see right there. You zoom in here, go to the 1 hour. Again, bingo, bongo, come in. You're getting rejected. You ended the day below it. Interesting, worth watching. OPEC as well came in today announcing more cuts. You rejected the 200 once again. Surprise, surprise. Who would have thought the magic key levels continue to reign supreme? This was also on Twitter. I had all this posted for you there as well. Okay, that's the big stuff. We're out of the way, yada, yada, yada. Now, again, I'm not going to go too much into equities or anything along those lines, right? I think there's like Powell's supposed to speak tomorrow, but it's at like a college, so like we never really know with those things. I wouldn't bet that that's going to be the catalyst. But few things I want to talk about. We talked about this on live stream with me and CC. I'll probably have it somewhere in Discord members. You'll be able to see that live stream. I'll have it saved for you guys, so you guys can see that. But the VIX is very low. Now, you know, we're just in a range here. There's nothing crazy happening. VIX is very low. You know, options aren't really being bought out there right now. We're just range bound. Again, for myself, I don't even think necessarily a pullback like this is bad. I think it's good for the market. And I think it's good for ultimately this move. Because again, what does this continue to do? It continues to prove our case that buyers are stronger than sellers, right? Let's go look at Yahoo Finance, right? Let's go look at, you don't believe me, let's go look at Yahoo Finance. Volume here, probably your best volume you've had in like 10 days, 10 trading days, right? Since November 17th, 79 million, decent volume, right? And sellers still couldn't hold you through. There was no continuation. There was no follow through. There was no holding below the key level. You know, these are all things you got to be watching for. So again, my side, my view stays bullish. Number 2, right? I don't even know what number I'm on right now. IWM. You're just coasting, cruising to the 200 SMA, right? It's sitting at like, what is it? Exactly 180.45. That's where it's at right now. You're just sitting there. You've been rejected. Don't get me wrong. Potentially a little bit of a rising wedge. I'm not a wedge type of guy though. You know, I just don't like them. I think they get invalidated a lot. But you can see the wedge kind of establishing there. However, you know, you're not getting rejected. You're pushing up. Looks strong. You go to something like, you know, NQ. We look at what's happening here. Jay sent me this a little bit earlier, right? And I don't even know what time frame he drew it on. I have no idea. He drew me some type of inverse head and shoulder. I don't even know what he was talking about. Honestly, Jay, shout out Jay, love you. You killed the newsletter, partner in crime. But sometimes one ear out the other, right? So again, you still look good. Understand though, this is a tough level you have to get above. You can see all the chart prime levels here as well. I'm just patiently waiting. I'm sitting in my positions, twiddling my thumbs. They're like over 100 days out. I'm just chilling, guys, right? There's no big updates I can give here. I still am bullish as long as we hold these key levels. We're continuing to coast, stair step, everything in between. If you want to see stocks I'm liking, go to Twitter. Also tomorrow, just know, Friday night, I'm going to have a post. So be on the lookout, okay? You got to comment on that post. I'm going to be doing chart requests. I'm probably do this every Friday now from now on, just what I'll do. And then I'll be answering all those charts and charting all of them out, obviously, Saturday morning. So be prepared. Make sure if you have a question on a chart. But I'm getting excited. I am getting excited about small caps and mid caps. I think there's very big upside there. I also just funded the Options AI account, and I plan to do a lot of small cap, mid cap stuff on there. And hopefully I can give a little bit of like a vlog type thing going with short form content. So I am like happy and excited about that. And I know you guys might be happy about that. It won't be here. If it's on YouTube, it'll be on the secondary channel. And then if it's a short form content, it might be like a TikTok. I don't really know what I'm going to do with that yet. But let me know your feedback and how you feel about that, what you want to see with that. Also, let me know on Twitter. I would love to hear from you guys. Again, I always try to get on those answers and the questions you guys have on Twitter. So make sure you're active there. Have a good one, traders. Short video. You know, there's not too much to talk about. Surprise.